Lionel Andres Messi was born on June 24, 1987, in Rosario, Argentina, a city that would later be remembered across the world as the birthplace of a football genius. He came from a humble family, his father Jorge working in a steel factory and his mother Celia Maria Cuxatini working part-time as a cleaner. Messi was the third of 4 children, and although life was modest, his early childhood was filled with love and close family ties. From his earliest days, Lionel was inseparable from the football. Family members remember him as a toddler dribbling the ball around the house, knocking over furniture, and trying to copy the moves of his older brothers. At just 4 years old, he joined Grandoli, a small local club, coached by his father. Even among children much bigger and stronger, Messi's balance, agility, and unique dribbling caught everyone's eye. He was tiny, quiet, and shy, but once he had the ball at his feet, he transformed into a fearless player who could glide past anyone. At 6 years old, Lionel joined Newell's Old Boys, one of Rosario's major clubs, and soon became the star of their youth side. Over the next several years, he scored almost 500 goals for the youth team, earning the nickname La Máquina del 87, or the Machine of 87, because of the sheer number of goals scored by the players born that year. The young boy loved to watch videos of his idol Diego Maradona and tried to imitate his style, dreaming that one day he too might play for Argentina at the highest level. However, as Messi was dazzling defenders, an unseen challenge threatened his future. Around the age of 10, doctors diagnosed him with a growth hormone deficiency, a condition that explained why he was much smaller than his peers. This meant that without costly daily injections, his growth and development would remain stunted. The treatment cost was enormous, around $900 a month, far beyond what the Messi family could afford. Newell's Old Boys initially promised to help cover the expenses, but as Argentina sank deeper into economic crisis, the support never materialized. For the Messi family, it was a painful and uncertain time. Jorge and Celia tried everything, even exploring options in Buenos Aires, but no club was willing to take such a financial risk on such a young boy, regardless of his talent. Still, Lionel never gave up football. He continued to play, often being teased for his size but responding with his feet, beating opponents with skill rather than strength. The turning point came in 2000, when a family relative in Spain helped arrange a trial for Lionel at FC Barcelona. Jorge took his son across the Atlantic, and in a trial match at the club's training ground, the young boy's skills immediately stunned the coaches. He was dribbling past players as though he had been playing against adults all his life. Karls Rexach, the club's technical director, was so impressed that he decided to sign Messi on the spot. Lacking proper paper, he famously wrote. After 2012, Lionel Messi had already reached heights in football that few could imagine, yet the next decade of his career was to bring both incredible triumphs and painful setbacks. The 2012-13 season was one of his most extraordinary individually, as he scored in 21 consecutive La Liga matches, finding the net against every single opponent in the league. He ended that year with 91 goals across all competitions, breaking a record once thought untouchable. But despite his brilliance, injuries began to creep in. Hamstring problems forced him to miss parts of the season, reminding fans that even the seemingly invincible had physical limits. Still, his dedication to training and recovery allowed him to return stronger, and Barcelona remained at the top of Spanish football. In 2014, Messi entered another World Cup with Argentina, this time in Brazil, a tournament filled with expectations and pressure. It was his chance to step out of Maradona's shadow and lead his country to glory. Throughout the tournament, Messi was magnificent, scoring decisive goals against Bosnia, Iran, and Nigeria, and providing key assists in knockout matches. Argentina reached the final, where they faced Germany in Rio de Janeiro. For 113 minutes, the game remained scoreless, until Mario Götze scored the winner in extra time. The image of Messi walking past the World Cup trophy after receiving the Golden Ball for best player of the tournament was haunting. Though he had been the heart and soul of Argentina's campaign, critics once again emphasized the absence of a major international trophy in his career. Barcelona, meanwhile, went through changes. Pep Guardiola left in 2012, and after a transitional period, Luis Enrique became manager in 2014. Under Enrique, Messi formed one of the most lethal attacking trios in football history alongside Neymar and Luis Suarez. Known as MSN, the trio combined flair, power, and precision, devastating opponents across Europe. The 2014-15 season was unforgettable, with Barcelona winning the treble, La Liga, Copa del Rey, and Champions League. Messi's solo goal against Athletic Bilbao in the Copa del Rey final, where he dribbled past multiple defenders before finishing calmly, is considered one of the greatest goals of his career. In the Champions League, he tormented Bayern Munich in the semi-final, famously sending Jerome Boateng to the ground before chipping the ball over Manuel Neuer. That year, Messi reclaimed the Ballon d'Or, furthering his duel with Cristiano Ronaldo, whose own brilliance at Real Madrid kept the rivalry alive. Despite continued club success, Messi faced heartbreak with Argentina. In the 2015 Copa America in Chile, Argentina reached the final but lost on penalties to the host nation. A year later, in the Copa America Centenario in the United States, Argentina again made the final against Chile. Once more, the game ended in defeat after a penalty shootout, and Messi missed his kick. Devastated, he announced his retirement.